Fans, we are wrapping up tonight's Supercard with a monumental World Heavyweight Championship title match between the Mexican monolith Warlord Santos and former World Heavyweight Champion American Supreme Matt Clark.
This evening's main event is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit, and it is for the WL World Heavyweight Championship.
All right, Matt Clark takes the scene along with Crystal Gabor, and the one question on everyone's mind is, can American Supreme succeed in doing what only Andre the Giant succeeded in doing? By handing the King of the Monsters a pinfall or tap-out defeat to regain the World Heavyweight title for the first time in over 2 entire years. I know Matt, and he'd like to believe he can, but with Santos proving such a difficult opponent, having defeated a laundry list of opponents all through last year, he's starting out with 2 strikes. Against him, I'm sure Matt's got some die-hard fans behind him, but there's no way this is gonna be anything even close to easy.
There's no way, Wally. I mean, Clark can do it, but it is definitely going to be a tall order, especially when you're talking about a 7-foot, 496-pound monster.
And here, accompanied by Sylvia Strong, the Mexican monolith Warlord Santos, all 7 feet 496 pounds of the King of the Monsters, boasting the World Heavyweight Championship, the Super Heavyweight Championship, and the King of Legends title as well.
I'll tell you, if I was a wrestler and it was me in there with Santos for the World Heavyweight title, I would say no thank you. I would go sit back down in the locker room and say nothing.
Oh, Myron, come on. You wouldn't take a chance?
Not on your life, Tex. Forget it. That's a monster in there. I'm what, 5'7" maybe? 300 pounds? It's still not enough.
Well, one thing is sure, the addition of the Mexican monolith to the stronghold has gotten Sylvia's stable even more notoriety than they already had, which was already a lot, thanks to the originals, the Psychedelics, and the Insiders. And those 3 championships Santos is holding has made him one of the hottest targets in the men's division.
One of the hottest targets and one of the biggest targets. It's like trying to take down Godzilla with a pea shooter.
Introducing first the challenger, accompanied by Crystal Gabor from Smithfield, North Carolina, weighing 265 pounds, one half of the WL Television Tag Team Champions. The Southern gentleman here is American Supreme Matt Clark. His opponent, accompanied by Sylvia Strong from Hidalgo, Mexico, weighing 496 pounds, he is an RWL Triple Crown champion and the reigning RWL World Heavyweight Champion, the Mexican monolith, Warlord Santos.
You already know the deal. Matt Clark has got everything he needs to make this happen, but the Mexican monolith's just been so hot lately. I don't know how Matt Clark is going to get past him.
Quite true, Myron. The Mexican monolith was absolutely dominant all through 2024. And here's this first major title defense of 2025. Let's see how this one shakes out.
Well, Matt Clark obviously knows how important this match is, but he also knows how hard it's going to be to take down the Mexican monolith. As Tom Canamora sounds the bell, the men charge. Whoa! Collision with no result. Matt Clark fails to connect with a drop kick. Santos connects with a kick. Whips Matt Clark out on the apron. Brings him back in the hard way. Wow. Warlord Santos rounds up American Supreme. Leans him back hard, clubbing blow across the chest. Followed up with a series of stomps. Oh man, the Mexican monolith. Good up here, and American Supreme in big trouble from the word go. Up the middle rope. Beautiful crossbody across the back of American Supreme. Crystal Gabor's got to be a little bit concerned about her fella. Matt Clark quickly counters with a forearm. Santos counters with a hard right. They lock it up again. Because this Santos with a claw. A choke slam with a claw. Wow. There's one you don't see every day. Santos rounds up Clark. Clark counters with a kick. Fails to connect with that running drop kick again. Santos goes behind. Hard shot to the back. Goes behind again. Matt Clark counters with an elbow to the face. Hard right from Santos. Another rear waist lock. And Santos, look at this, trying for a submission, but Matt Clark quickly countering out. Wrap around DDT takes the Mexican Monolith down to the canvas. Clark rounds him up. Beautiful arm breaker. Clark turning it into an arm bar. But is it a submission? I don't think so. Clark back to his feet. Santos trying to get back to his. Santos connects with a couple of good shots, but high hip toss from American Supreme. Matt Clark going behind, winding up the arm of Santos. Whoa, nasty arm snap. Clark trying to break that shoulder. Matt Clark quickly countered by the Mexican Monolith. Clark counters with a kick. Warlord Santos is dazed. Clark goes behind, hard shot to the back. Whips Santos to the ropes. Wrap around neck breaker. Now Matt Clark stretching the arms of the Mexican Monolith, which he's been working on from the beginning. Clark delivers, hooks the leg, one, but no. Man, Santos powering out of that one fairly easily. Rolls out onto the floor near Sylvia Strong. Clark, here he comes from behind, rear waist lock, and a Russian leg sweep out on the floor for the Mexican Monolith. Clark rounds Santos up again, locks him up, knee to the midsection from the Mexican Monolith. Clark failing to connect with his move, kick to the midsection again from Santos. He's got Clark all the way up. This ain't gonna be good. Power bombed into the apron, spun around and slammed into the side of the ring. The Mexican Monolith definitely firing on all cylinders as usual. Rolls Clark back inside. Clark back to his feet as Santos makes his way back into the ring. Clark gets locked up, hurled halfway across town by his neck from the Mexican Monolith. Clark counters, takes Santos down to the mat. Matt Clark moves in, winds up the arm again, sets him up, stomps the shoulder, really working on the arms of the Mexican Monolith. Back to his feet, hard right, spins Clark around, goes behind, German suplex, rounds him up again on a short arm clothesline for good measure. Santos covers, hooks the leg, 1, 2, Matt Clark somehow finding his way out, but this might be the beginning of the end here. Santos stalking him. Warlord Santos winds him up, top wrist lock, but Clark with a couple of hard shots to the ribs, backs off Warlord Santos, locks him up again. Clark, classic wrestling takedown for the Mexican Monolith. American Supreme rounds him up again. Look at this. Looks like he's setting up for a scoop. Look at this right here, a small package. Here's the count. 1, 2, 3. Shut up. Matt Clark is the new World Heavyweight Champion again.
The time, 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Your winner by pinfall and the new RWO World Heavyweight Champion, American Supreme Matt Clark.
Man, oh man alive, listen to this place come totally unglued as American Supreme ends a 2-years-long quest to make it back to the top of the mountain, beating both the odds and the Mexican Monolith to once again become World Heavyweight Champion for a 7th run.
And that does it for us. Thank you very much for joining us. We will be back Saturday night, the 25th of January for Snarl. Thank you and good night.